If you're in a larger network, you may find yourself in the situation where you have a lot of different users, but only a small handful of different jobs that those users do. In that situation, you may have only 4 or 5 or 6 actual user roles or user jobs, but you'll have to create a user account for each individual. A way to simplify that and to cut down your work is to create something called a user template. When you create a user template, you create this just like you would a regular user with a few exceptions. So let's come back up here to our Active Directory Users and Computers tool and bring that up. Now, in this case, we're going to create a new user. And so we right-click that, then click New, and then click User. In this case, we're going to call our user a user template. So go User Template, and then we want to give our user the user template logon name. And now click Next. Now here's where we change things up a little bit. In this situation, we want to disable our user and also turn off the must change password at next logon. We can go ahead and put in our new password here, and then click Next, and then Finish. Once we've done that, you'll notice down here at the bottom, we have a user template user. You'll also notice there's a little down arrow here. That arrow indicates that this user is disabled. Once we've created our basic user, we can also come in here and right-click and click Properties, and this will bring up our Properties dialog box. In this dialog box, as you can see, there are a lot of different tabs. You can set address information, you can set account information, you can set profile information, you can even set group information. Whatever changes or whatever information you need to add to this, you can go ahead and make the changes here in this properties box, and any changes that you make will be saved to this user template. In that way, when you go to create a user, you can simply use the template as a basis for creating a user that has all the functionality that a specific user needs. And you would, of course, make a different template for each type of user in your company. Click OK here. Now that we have our user template, we want to go ahead and look at how we would use this user template to create another user. So the way we do that is right-click our user template, then come up here and click Copy. This brings us directly to the Copy Object dialog box, in which case we can now put in a name. We've used user 1 and 2, so let's go ahead and call this one user 3. And give them the user logon name of user 3, and then click Next. At this point, we do not want to disable this account because this is a user that we actually want to use. So we click off the account is disabled, go ahead and click on the user must change password next logon. We can then go ahead and put in our password here. And then we can click Next, and then Finish. Once we do this, you'll notice we now have a user 3 that we can use for that particular user. And our template user is still there and untouched.